Welcome everyone to my session. Today we are talking all about document automation in d.velop documents and D3 ECM. My name is Fabian. I'm Senior Technical Evangelist at Dox42 and I gained a lot of experience regarding document automation, and I'm very pleased to be here today in Gescher to share my knowledge with you together. In this session, you will see how you can save your time, your energy, and also your budget at the end by automating recurring documents instead of creating them manually. So the agenda for today is basically we just will start with a little introduction about document automation in total, and then we have some introduction about our company Dox42, of course, and our partner company Alpine, because we developed an app, and you see it in chapter 3. It's the app Alpine Dox42 for developed documents and D3 ECM. We will show this app, of course, and then chapter 4, the live demo part. So there's like 50 minutes live demo. You will see a lot of scenarios that might interest you, and then at the end of the demo there is a little wrap up, and that's the agenda for today. Yeah, document automation. What do we mean with document automation? So basically we need structured data to automate documents, and I assume that when you're joining this d.velop forum, you're at least working with one of the systems or apps you can see here in the slide. So basically, it is the structured data. When you have structured data, you will get all the data into your document automatically, and you can generate your documents directly automatically. And you see Excel, for example, is a database more or less SQL data. Any ERP system and any other system which is not listed here can be drawn the data into the document, and then the document can be automated. You see the documents, the kind of documents, of course, we have sales quotes, we have PowerPoint presentations, we have order confirmations, and also some investment proposals. So whenever you need designing tools from Microsoft Office, for example, to get good-looking data documents at the end, then it's a very good use case for Dox42. Yeah, now let's have a look at the document creation in real business life. Basically, one of our biggest competitor, it's copy-paste, more or less, which is a great way to generate or create your documents because it's flexible and individual. But at the end, if you have 1,000 documents a month or 100 documents a month, that's not a good way because it's very costly, it's slow, it's 9 to 5, and you see it on the image. The employees, that means stress to copy-paste contracts. For example, I used to work in HR, and I also opened SAP, took the data, the name, and so on into the contract, into the Word templates, and that was not a very good way to create documents because you're doing errors, and that's not a good way. But then you find some guys in the company, they are creating some VBAs. That's good as well because you have the first level of automation. It's a error reduction because automation reduces errors, and it's still flexible. But, and that's the but, if you have a report which is 600 pages long or so on, you start a process, it's a client-side document generation. So that means at the end, it lasts 2 weeks or something until you get your documents. Also, if the guy who builds the VBAs is leaving the company, there's no maintenance possible. It is very, not the best way to create your documents. And then the third version is the standard SSRS. So you have server-side automation, you have performance, you have power, which is good, but that's it. There is no flexibility anymore. You have basically ugly documents because IT is designing, and IT, not designing, but they are programming your reports. And if you would like to change something from the marketing department, you have to go to IT, and IT has to do everything for you. So it's an unflexible way to generate your documents. And now we will shift to the benefits, to the 3 key benefits to automation of of documents with Dox42. So I selected 3 key benefits. First one is accuracy and compliance. Of course, if you automate your documents, there are no errors anymore. So you can really rely on the quality of the documents. And you don't need any time to refine the documents because the documents are correct. There are no any errors anymore in the document. And that leads more or less to time reduction. So time reduction as well, I don't have to tell you anything about this. If you save time, you have cost optimization at the end. And I just have one quote from my from one of our reference customer, Elena Schneider from Transcomer. She said break-even point was reached after 4 weeks. So there is a huge potential of efficiency gain and also of cost optimization by automation. Yeah, then I brought you a little overview about one scenario. It's what costs can be saved through Dox42 by automating. I just select a number of 100 documents per month, so that's 1,200 annually, and you know that's average numbers. So it depends a little bit, but it's an average number. So we say manual effort per document with all the approval steps and so on could be 30 minutes when we're talking about quotes, for example. So that's 30 minutes, and then you have 1,200 documents leads to 60,000 euro just for creating documents manually. And you don't forget the error rate. So there is a 5% error rate, which is very tiny. It could be more, but just don't forget this. And errors lead to damage, because sometimes you have damage through the errors, and also you need to correct the errors. So that as well consumes time. So this is just one calculation. We have this ROI calculator on our website. You can just do it with your company in your scenario. But you see it automating using Dox42 means 3 minutes, could be faster, I guess. So 3 minutes is very slow. We can generate 100,000 documents in 1 hour. So just saying that. And then you have a huge potential of time saving. Good, that brings me to Dox42 and Alpine. So we are working with Alpine, that's a collaboration. So you see Dox42 is, we're sitting in Vienna, we are a software developer, and we have over 100 partners. One of them is Alpine, our product partner in the d.velop app that we will show in a second. And also, for example, d.velop is a partner from us, and we have many others. And we have over 450 customers. You see a little snippet from some of our reference customers. The most important thing is we don't have any industry focus. At the end, any business has a process, and any process has a document at the end. So any business would like to automate the document generation process. We can integrate all the data from kindly every system into Office templates and then generate them and create an output as you wish. Also, our partner Alpine is sitting in Bozen in South Tyrol. They have a lot of projects experience, so 190 DMS projects you see, and also development experience, and they have huge knowledge about Dox42. We have a lot of customers together, and yeah, so they created the app, and they are experts regarding d.velop, documents, D3, and also Dox42 document automation. Well, and now we are coming to the app. The first thing what I would like to tell you is the app is in the d.velop store. So if you haven't downloaded it yet, so please download it now, or at least after my session. But here it is. You just go to the d.velop store and please type Dox42 in the search bar, and then you will find the app immediately. Good, and here it's a little bit shown how it works. So we have an Office template that's, you see there's a sales report. This is where you design the templates, and then you just drag the blue Dox42 data fields into your document. Such a little bit like playing with Lego. You're taking the Lego blocks wherever you need them, and then you have it already there. And then directly in the system, in d.velop documents, you click the button you select for, in this instance, for instance, you select the sales report, and then you get the sales report generated. But in the live demo, we will cover other scenarios as well, of course. And these are the data sources that we can integrate out of the box without any programming at the same time. So all the databases, of course, Excel, as we said before, SharePoint, SAP, d.velop, documents, and also D3, of course, XML JSON. So if you have a system which you don't see here at the moment, you can go with XML JSON more or less on any other system. And then we have the entire Dynamics systems, CE, BC, and FO, for example, and Dataverse, of course. And there's always a custom interface as well. Here's the output. So we, of course, can generate all the Office formats, PDF, PDFAs, SharePoint Action is an output, then Teams, of course, email with DocuSign, and also you see their d.velop output action. We will cover this d.velop output action, of course, in the live demo as well. And there are some other output actions you see on the slide. So it's basically the most important thing to say at the end is there is also a custom output. So if there is a special requirement, you can just send the quote or the document wherever you need it. with the custom output. And you see it, we have on-premise servers and cloud servers. So it's up to you. We have both for your document generation. And that brings me to the live demo, the most interesting part for today. What can you expect in a live demo today? We have 4 scenarios, basically. The first one will be a contract, a service contract. We will generate a contract directly in the customer file and get it returned. Then the second scenario will be the template design. So we will have a closer look at template design. How does it work? How can you connect the data and edit the documents? And then we have another scenario will be the sales quote. We will generate the sales quote directly in the customer file, and the document will be stored in your file. So that's the develop output action, more or less. And then at the end, there's another scenario, the email bulk letter scenario. So we will generating the documents with one click, a lot of documents, a lot of emails with the document attached. So this interface looks familiar. I assume when you're working with d.velop documents, we are just showing the favorites here, and also we have our search bar, of course, and we have our app, our configuration app for the Alpine Dox42 document generation app. The scenario will start, the process will start directly in the customer file of the company. So the user, you as the user, is going to the customer file and selecting basically the company for which you would like to generate the contract. So we are having one sample company. It's called Electro Universal, and this company needs definitely a service contract. So what do? We go to our company, and you see here the customer file. So you see also the metadata here, the name of the company. There is some email and correspondence already included in the file, and the order confirmation already is there, but we need the customer contract, and we need to integrate all the data, all the metadata. So what do? We just go to the menu bar and click on the button to open the Dox42 service. Yeah, and here you have all our configurations. We have here all our templates included. So at this stage, we would like to generate the customer support contract to download, just to return it. And here, just we add one quote number manually, but of course you can have this one in the background. But for demo reasons, we would like to use this one to show that you also can integrate data from here directly from the input data that you're entering here. And then you just click on generate, and now the Dox42 service is called. So the server is generating the contract. The templates are stored in d.velop documents, and now we will get a docx file as contract returned directly into our browser interface. And here it is. Let's open this one. It's supposed to be opened in Word. Yeah, here it is. And here you can see we have the data included from d.velop documents. That's the metadata, the base data, the Electro Universal, and also let's scroll a little bit down. You have the structure. We also have the quote number that we added manually included, of course. There's a table of content. Yeah, it's the entire contract. So we have a lot of structured data here. And in this case, just the base data from d.velop documents. Great, so let's close this file. And what we would like to do now as the next step is we would like to change the output format. So in this case, it was a Word file, and now we would like to generate a PDF file. And this is just the admin is going to the configuration, and just the admin is changing something. The user is not changing anything there. The user is just generating the document, but we, as for demo reasons, would like to show how easily you can change the output format. So let's jump to the customer contract, and let's open the configure output, and here we put PDF, and that's it. Click on save, and that's it. Now the document will be generated as PDF. So let's prove this. We jump back to the customer file. We will open again the customer file, and of course for Electro Universal, our reference customer in this, or demo customer in this case, Let's open the file and just click. Yeah, again, there is still no document. Then we click on in the ribbon to the Dox42 action. Here is the contract. One more time, click in. Yeah, now we add another number, let's say 222, generate, and you will see we will receive a PDF instead of a Word document, and also the number A222, of course, is included instead of A111. And it's basically exactly the same contract instead of the number that we changed. Good. So that was the first scenario. We just shown the so-called return action. And now we would like to deep dive into the template designing section. So we have different categories here, and we have the Dox42 templates category. This is where you are managing your templates. And of course, you can use also all your access roles. So this is only the access to the templates only users can go there if they have the role, the editor role, and also you can use different categories. And that highly makes sense because that's the productive template. So if this is your productive quote template, for example, then it should be edited just from people who knows how to work with it. And in this case, but you can have subcategories as well. So you can use your legal department or also your sales department. They can have their own template categories to manage their text blocks, their templates, and so on directly in dvelop. So now let's open one of the templates. Here is the preview from the contract that we have seen before. And of course, you have the versioning. That is a very great tool from dvelop documents, of course, because if you change something, everything is versioned. You have the history. So let's show one example here. We have, for example, version number 5 with green color. And then version number 4, there is no markup. And then at the end, version 3, for example, is a yellow markup. So you have the versioning, which is great because if something went wrong, just go back to your older version. But now we will open the newest version, that's this one, and we will change something. So let's open it in Word and let's have a look to our template. That's the normal Dox42 template. So we have a Dox42 blue dot data fields, as I said, like Lego. You can take them and drag them, drop like Lego. You build your documents and put the data fields where you need them. And this is how we do it. So how to do it is to open. We change first. Let's change the color here to show that you can normally work with the templates in Word. And then we will open the data map designer to show how you can connect to your data and also add some data. That's the Dox42 add-in. That's the data map designer. This is the heart of your document. That's more or less where the logic happens. You have all the data sources here are just shown: Excel, web services, SharePoint, XML, JSON, of course, also the dynamic CRM, CE data source. But as we said, we have even SAP and even Dynamics, the entire products, FO, Finance Operations, Business Central. And this is where you connect all your data sources. You can filter them correctly, and you don't need to program anything. So this is where the magic's more or less is happening. In our demo scenario, we are just working with the DMS data source, so with the D3 or the dvelop documents data source. Also, you can visualize your data fields here, so you don't need to leave them blue. You can make them in other colors. Basically, this is the logic, the heart of your document. And after you edit everything, then just click on data field, insert data field, and you can select all your data fields. We have the metadata, the customer name, and for example, here, which we will add in the specific area. So you just select it here and then drag and drop the data field into the document. That was not correct, so let's take it one more time again. Also, I didn't get it. So now here like this, you just drop it there. And then we will add the quote number. That's the input that we add manually. So that's the quote number. It's an input parameter, so-called. Just add it there. And just to show you how it really, that you see it better, you can just highlight it. And then let's make it, for example, bold and also underscored. Then we have it, so we can see it directly. So we added 2 data fields just to the document. We made a green, yellow markup. Now let's save the document. And let's head back to the system. Well, refresh, and then we will see the changes are effective immediately within our develop template management. Here it is. You see it there. We have the yellow markup and also the new added fields. And what we would like to do, of course, now is to show you that it really worked. And also, of course, you have the versioning then. And we would like to show you that it really worked. So let's jump back to the customer, and now let's generate the contract one more time again to show you, of course, this template is effective immediately. We didn't program anything. We added metadata from develop documents, and it is, if that was a 1 minute thing, and then you can generate the quote directly, and you have the data, the metadata included without any programming. And just you can do the font and the designing directly as you used to do it in Word, as we did it with bold. You just mark it, make it yellow, green, bold, whatever you need. So select the customer contract. Now we will add another number like 333. Generate the quote. Now we will expect a PDF again, because we changed the output format for this specific contract to PDF in the step before. And then, yeah, there is the new number, the new quote number included, and also the customer name field. So here, of course, the number, the markup, of course, and here we see there everything included. So nothing easier than that. That can everybody do. So it's pretty easy to design your templates. The third scenario is our sales quote. So in this sales quote, we will generate a quote for the customer. And what we would like to do, of course, is not to get it returned, but we would like to have it in the customer file stored automatically. And this is the normal process. In D3, if you have your documents and you don't know where to store or where to save them, let Dox42 do the job. You can define it where it has to be saved, and then automatically it will be saved into your customer file directly. We are going for the same customer as well, the Electro Universal, but in this time not the contract. In this time we will take the customer offer, and here you see it stored in the customer file. Let's add a new quote number just for demo reasons, 444, and generate the quote. And this quote will be I assume a PDF file, or no, it will be a Word file. In this case, it's still a Word document. You see it here, result is okay. So let's refresh the customer file, and there it is, the document. That's a so-called develop output action with Dox42. Here's your quote. Everything is there. Number A44, of course, metadata from develop. The table of content is there. So you're using the structure as well. You can use the structure from Word as you used to have it, and the table of content automatically will be generated as well. And here at the end as well is the number included. And usually the process is that the sales guys would like to edit the quote. we are big fans of having all the truth in the system and don't edit any quote. But if you would like to do it, here it is. You can edit your quote, of course. And if you do this in dvelop, that's a very good idea, because then you also have the versioning. And the versioning is very powerful because, yeah, if you change something in the quote, you can see who did it, who did it, and what he or she did. So we do this as well. So we change something. We just make the yellow markup one more time. You see the version number 2 there. Let's refresh it. And the generated quote has version number 2 and, of course, has the changes directly stored in dvelop. Good. So then let's jump to the last scenario. It's the bulk letter email scenario. So we would like to generate with one click for all our customers, one email with a customer letter attached. And of course, we could send it directly via email, but in this scenario, we will generate just a MSG draft email file just for demo reasons, and we will save these draft email files to the file share just to show it to you. But of course, we could send them directly, but we don't have for all the demo customers any email addresses, so we just added the draft email section in this case. Clicking on the button generates lot of files from all of customers and is attaching the customer letter, of course, an individualized PDF customer letter, which is also a Dox42 template. And yeah, you see it here, the result is okay. So let's open the file share. We just saved it somewhere here. That's all the draft files and also the customer files, the customer letters which are attached. So let's open one of the MSG files here. You can see it. You see the email addresses included automatically. Of course, the customer letter is attached, and even the consultation, email is individualized for you personally. So let's open this quickly to show you the customer letter. It's a PDF attachment. Where is it now? So here it is. It's a customer letter attached for each customer, of course, individualized. And then we go back to the system and we will show quickly the template, of course, for both of the scenarios, because the Word email text also could be a Dox42 template. Let's quickly jump back. Search for our customer for templates, and there you see them. The email template is just a Word template as well, and also the customer letter is a Word template as well. Well, great. So we have seen some scenarios here. We have seen the contract. We have seen our sales quote. We also have seen template management and also email bulk letters with just one click, email to all your customers, individualized documents. The documents are all designed in Microsoft Office. You can change it directly. You can manage all the documents, your templates in d.velop documents, and you can generate them directly within d.velop. That brings me to the little wrap up. So if you don't automate yet, so please automate your documents. You have seen, if you do it with Dox42, we have the template design in Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. Then you can choose for many output formats, of course. Whatever you need, that could be generated. Then, of course, you can integrate flexible systems, data from any system. So we just have seen d.velop data source in this case, but of course, this could be any other system at the same time. And usually, the companies and working with a lot of different systems. Then you are, of course, secure in the cloud. If you're deciding to go to the cloud, no worries. But also, we have an on-premise services, no problem. And intelligent, high-quality documents means, in this case, you can add conditions, you can add barcodes, images, whatever. We just haven't seen that much in our scenarios, but you can do a lot of logic and integrate logic into your documents as well. And the corporate design, of course, is up to date because you're using Word or Excel or PowerPoint, all the designing tools of Office to create your documents. That saves a lot of time, that's sure. It's just one click and you get the contract, you get the quote with just one click. And yeah, of course, if you're automating, you won't have any copy-paste errors anymore, and you can reduce the number of templates to a third mostly. That's an average number, so if you have 100 templates at the moment, you can reduce them to a third because we can also integrate entire text blocks, entire documents into the final document. Well, that brings me to my last slide today. Do you have any questions? In case you have some, then please just contact me or our Joachim Pfeiffer, my colleague, the CEO from Alpine. He also was responsible for the development of the app. He's also a very good contact. He also is very good in Dox42 projects. And also, if you would like to start directly with your free trial, you can test Dox42 30 days for free. Just send us an email, contact us, and also if you would like to have an individualized online demo, feel free to contact us. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here. All the best for you.